What's up, guys? Breaking news. Reddit moderators are the weakest humans on planet Earth. If you haven't seen the Antiwork Fox News interview, oh boy. It's 3 minutes long, and the lead moderator of the Antiwork subreddit completely implodes the entire anti-work movement. The subreddit got taken down. It was an utter disaster in 3 minutes, like entirely self-inflicted, which is kind of the funniest thing about it. Is this Fox News interview wasn't like a gotcha interview. The interviewer asked like the most basic, normal questions, like, what do you do for a living? How old are you? How many hours a week do you work? Like, nothing, like, there's no curveball questions here. Like, the most softball of questions, and the entire thing explodes in 3 minutes. It was marvelous. So, this guy goes on Fox News, the lead moderator, looking exactly like a Reddit moderator would look. If you think of the stereotypical Reddit moderator, that's what this guy looks like. What can you say? The interviewer asks him, what he does for a living, and he walks dogs for 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week as a dog walker, and he is happy with that as, his working hours. But the funniest thing is, this guy is living in a house or a basement or something, so he's leeching off of somebody else that actually works for a living, of course. And the guy is 30 years old. That's even crazy. Like, it'd be one thing if this is like a teenager that's walking dogs 10 hours a day and lives with his parents or whatever, but this is a grown-ass man, older than me, walking dogs for 10 hours a week, that wants to be a philosophy teacher. So, this Jesse Waters guy hits him with the hardest questions of, just the most basic shit, like, hey, if you agree to work a job, you accepted the terms of the job, you accepted the deal, and you can leave at any time. What's the problem with the current system? And he has no answer to that. His answer to at-will employment and if you don't like it, leave is, I think laziness is a virtue. That was his answer to the question. Now, I am somebody that kind of sympathizes with some of the anti-work plights, I should say. But, oh man, this is bad. This is exactly like you would think it would go. If you are a normie from the outside looking into a community called Antiwork, this is the guy that you would think is the stereotypical user. Now, I think there's a lot of people on here. I read the subreddit, and I think they do make some good points. For example, like excessive hours. The last job I worked, it was 60 hours a week, month after month after month after month after month. It was outrageous. Just outrageous amounts of overtime and just burned you out. I ended up quitting that job, but I can see how people really want to get away from this, like, work yourself to death mentality. And I think that's healthy. I don't think it's good to work yourself to death for the sake of buying a new boat or, buying a brand new F350, Ford or whatever the fuck, right? There are some things about this movement that aren't the worst, but a lot of people on this subreddit are entirely delusional. And it's hilarious because the guy asks him what he wants to do, if he had his dream job, what it would be. And the guy said he'd love to teach philosophy, critical thinking, and reason. This is a guy that works 10 hours a week as a dog walker. How do you think we got to the quality of life, the current quality of life we have in the year 2021? Do you think that, or 2022, what the fuck? I don't even know what year it is. How do you think we got there? Do you think we got there from people working 10 hours a week as dog walkers? No. We got there because people have been working their ass off to innovate, and you can't be passionate about every single thing. I mean, I haven't been passionate about a lot of jobs. There's some stuff that just needs to get done. Are you really going to be passionate about cleaning out a sewer system? Are you really going to be passionate about, in my case, running a robotic welder when you get a big order of something and it's like 1,000 of the same thing and you're basically just spectating and troubleshooting the same bullshit all day? Like, can you really be passionate about that every day, day after day after day? No, it's just sometimes shit sucks and you kind of got to get over it, and that's just part of the thing that makes the world work. I don't know. It's crazy. So the Antiwork subreddit ended up getting entirely nuked. They at first I thought they had deleted it entirely, but they brought the whole thing down. The lead moderator, I think, transferred the ownership to another account that he owns. There's a whole lot of drama in the Antiwork subreddit right now, and basically it's become an entire meme. The entire community movement, whatever you want to call it, is very divided because you have the completely insane people to the far left that just want utopia, communism. I don't need to work because the government will give me everything and automation will automate every single thing. And why are we ever working? I don't want to work ever. I'm against the concept of working entirely. And then you have people that are on the more reasonable side saying, let's reform some of these labor practices. Maybe there should be a cap on mandatory overtime. Things that are a bit more reasonable. In conclusion, many people on the Antiwork subreddit are completely delusional at how their quality of life is maintained. When you cut the lights on at 3 a.m, do you ever wonder how that happens? It's because people are working. Do you ever wonder, when the power goes out and then it comes back on in the middle of a storm? How do you think that happens? People are working. They're working hard jobs that need to be done that people aren't necessarily passionate about. So another thing is that if your entire argument and movement is destroyed by one bad interview, this is all that's happened. One bad interview destroys your entire community. Maybe you didn't have that good of an argument to begin with. Now let's shift gears and talk about moderation in general. Something like 30% of posts on Reddit are moderated or deleted every single year. There is a massive amount of posts that are just disappearing entirely. Reddit moderators, in my experience, are total bitches. The absolute most weak human beings I have ever encountered have been Reddit moderators. I don't know what it is, but the types of personalities that gravitate towards moderating, especially on Reddit, are just the weakest humans I have ever encountered. People that lack any sort of power or autonomy in their life, in their real life, seem to gravitate towards moderating Reddit. I have been banned from a ton of subreddits for just participating in other subreddits. My personal favorite was when I got banned from the Serious Discussion subreddit because there was a thread talking about why aren't there women in the NHL? And I said, well, probably because the men are bigger, stronger, and faster. And I was banned from the Serious Discussion subreddit for asking why women aren't competing in a highly physical sport like hockey with men. Permanently banned for a very tame comment. I wasn't it's just reality. The amount of moderation in general is extreme. And I have a huge problem with this in a lot of internet communities in that there's just too much moderation in general. On any side, moderation should be done in moderation. Who would have fucking thought? It should be something that is the last resort. Something that you do if somebody is breaking the law or it's like spam or like scam, people scamming and stuff like that. Not we think this point of view is dangerous or whatever. Let people fucking talk. If people want to be idiots, let them be idiots. I don't know why we have to be extremely moderated. And to give an example of who I think somebody that does a great job moderating, the unofficial Crowfall community Discord. I know some of you watching may be familiar with that. It gets super retarded a lot of the time. I haven't been on there in a while, but in the past, it's gotten super retarded. And guess what? The moderation on that Discord is very, very light. It's so light that I don't really notice it. But it's there, but I don't really notice it. That's how it should be. It should be something that you don't notice. The fact that we're constantly talking about Reddit moderators and Discord moderators, that's the problem. It's not done in moderation at all. So, big shout out to Keegan. I wish all moderators could be like Keegan on the unofficial Crowfall Discord. I think he does it very well. In fact, there are people that, that call for that Discord to be moderated more. Where are the mods? Where are the mods? All of the people that are claiming where are the mods are the biggest absolute bitches ever. It's always the same motherfuckers that, where's the mods? Where's the mods? Somebody needs to clean this up. When they just don't agree with somebody. It's a bunch of bitches. Way too many bitches. The type of people that think like, get out of here. God, dude. Man, turn your fucking head away from the monitor, you weak, limp-wristed motherfuckers. It is outrageous how weak people are. Ah!